Hey everyone, how's it going? Grizzly here with another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary, today playing as the soldier on King of the Hill Lakeside, and we're going to be talking about my loadout today as well as a few other things. So to start it off, as you can see I'm using the Festive Black Box as my primary, the Concheror, I think that's how you say it, as my secondary, and the Market Gardener as my melee. My regular loadout usually consists of the stock rocket launcher and the gunboats, so this is quite a change for me, and I love having the extra mobility the gunboats provide, so giving those up is really hard for me to do, but I've actually found this loadout to be pretty effective. So if you're unaware, a bunch of weapons were changed in the winter Smissmas update, whatever you want to call it, including the Concheror. So before the update, what would happen is your meter would fill up as you did damage, and when you used it, you would gain a small speed boost for a certain amount of time, and any damage that you dealt to your opponents would give you a certain percentage back in health. I think it's 35% back is what you'd get, and this also includes damage dealt by your teammates, so it's pretty similar to the Mad Milk for the Scout. Now with the update, not only does it do that, but it also restores your health at a rate of 2 HP per second. Now while that doesn't sound like a lot, it pretty much cancels out the afterburn from the Pyro's flames, and it increases your survivability a lot, especially when stacked with the Black Box. Now if you're unfamiliar with the Black Box, it deals the same amount of damage as the stock rocket launcher, but on hit it restores 15 HP. The downside is the clip size is only 3, so you have one less rocket than you normally would. But like I was saying, when you stack the Black Box with the Concheror, it's very hard to take you out because you're constantly gaining back your health. So in a 1v1 scenario, the only way to kill you is if your opponent is consistently hitting their shots, and even then, you'd have to be missing a lot of your shots for them to kill you. So here's an example right now. You're playing against a Scout. The maximum damage a Scout can deal with one shot is 105, and to do that 2 shots in a row is very rare, but let's say it happens. The Scout hits you twice with 105 damage. Add that up, 210, you're dead. But unless the Scout sneaks up on you, it's very unlikely that you won't get at least one shot off on him, and when you do, that means it's 15 health back to you. So even if you manage to somehow get 105 damage off on you twice in a row, you would still have 5 HP left. That means even if the Scout is perfect, as long as you get 1 rocket on him, you're still alive. Now if you hit him twice, you would have 20 HP, and with the new benefits of the Concheror added on top of that, it's likely that you'd have close to 30, even after 2 maximum hits from a Scout. And if you've already managed to hit him twice, chances are a 3rd rocket's going to finish him off, and you're going to be walking away with maybe 40, 45, maybe even 50 HP, and a good chunk of your meter filled. So together, it's a great combination, especially in a game mode like Arena, where health packs are really hard to come by. So what's bad about it? Is there anything negative? And like I mentioned before, I'm an avid gunboats user. The extra mobility is really useful in getting to the battle and then getting away when you've taken a bunch of damage, and because I like to rocket jump so much, I really need a rocket launcher that has 4 rockets loading, because with the Black Box you only have 3, and after you jump you only have 2 left, so you're really in trouble if you come across one of the heavier classes like a heavy or a soldier. And not only are you going to be low on your rockets, but you're also low on health from all the extra damage you took from the rocket jump. So if you don't really rocket jump much, I would definitely recommend this loadout, and even if you do, you might want to give it a try because it can be really fun and it's different than the normal loadout you use, so, you know, just give it a go. But that's all I really have to say about the Black Box, Concheror combo, and now I kind of want to delve into the Smissmas update, winter update, whatever you want to call it. And as I'm sure most of you know, we did not get any new weapons, and I know it's easy to be really disappointed about that, but I think it's best to kind of look on the bright side and see all the things that Valve is doing to improve the game, and changing weapons that already exist is a great place to start in my opinion. So many of the weapons in the game don't really get used, or one weapon is usually considered the best option. And what Valve is doing is they're making these other weapons that don't get used usable, and that's something that I'm glad to see. I had no reason to use the Concheror before the update. Sure, it was a neat mechanic and fun to try for a few games when it came out, but the shotgun and the gunboats and the buff banner, those are all better alternatives in my mind before the update. Now, instead of adding another weapon that doesn't get used, they've made the Concheror something that people might actually, try out. Or at least they've tried to do that. And that's a step in the right direction. But I don't want to just talk about the Concheror, I want to discuss some of the other weapons they've changed, and I'd love if you guys would chime down in the comment section below and let me know what you think of the changes. So, let's start off with the Battalion's Backup. This is a weapon that had already undergone a few changes prior to this update, but now what they've done is they've added the benefit of an extra 20 HP. So this is kind of like the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol for Scout. Just equipping the item, you will gain 20 HP. And that's a crazy amount of HP to be gaining for just equipping an item. And the example I mentioned about the Scout earlier applies here as well. You know, you gain the 20 experience, so even 2 max hits from a Scout doesn't kill you. So that's definitely a welcome change. I probably won't use it much because I like to rocket jump around so much, but on a map with plenty of health, I can definitely see it being a viable alternative. Now let's get to the weapon changes that may be a bit more controversial. The Diamond Back is one of those weapons. And before the update, it gave you a crit for every building you sapped and destroyed. So now what they've done is you get a critical hit for every backstab as well. So you get crits for sapping buildings and backstabs, which is something that spies do anyway, you know? That's basically the point of playing spy, to backstab people and sap buildings. So you gain crits for just playing the game like you normally would, and in my opinion it seems a little overpowered. I think maybe mini crits would be the way to go for this one. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be interested to hear your opinions on this weapon. So the next weapon I want to discuss is the Short Circuit, and I've been seeing this weapon get a lot of use lately, and I think that's owed partly to the video that Star uploaded yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, just go look it up, I'm sure you have. But what the Short Circuit does now is it uses 5 metal per shot, which basically means that you have a 40 round clip. It destroys projectiles as well as dealing damage, and it was originally intended to, you know, guard your sentry, kind of like the Pyro's Air Blast, but it didn't reflect, just destroyed them. And in my opinion it fires a little too quickly, and you just hold it down and I mean everything's gone. And in order to balance it out, I think I'd either slow down the fire rate or remove it doing damage to other players. Once again, I'd like to see what your guys' opinions are. So, the last weapon I really want to talk about is the Soda Popper, and they took away the mini crits and they added 5 extra air jumps, and with the atomizer you can get up to 6, so I just don't really understand why they thought this was a good change. I mean, the mini crits, yeah, they were kind of annoying, but I feel like there could have been a better alternative. I don't know. Just let me know what your guys' opinions are and what you think would have been a better fix for this weapon. But that's all I have for you guys today. So I'm going to wrap up the video right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate all you guys' support. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will talk to you all later.